guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome, and if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back for another video. In today's video, we are diving into the new Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette. Alright, I picked this up when I saw that they had released it. They did a soft, quiet little launch, so we are going to be getting into a look using both the cool tones and the warm tones in the palette and see how they combine. Alright, so if you want to see that demonstration, definitely stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we are. I've got the palette right here. When I heard it was coming out, well actually they did like a surprise launch. I just happened to see their Instagram post and said, hey, here's a new palette for you guys and it's available now. So I went immediately and got it because I love Juvia's Place. I don't have all their palettes, but I wanted this one. And this is a very interesting color scheme. I think when I think of corals, I think brown is very complementary to coral, so you know, it's cool. And then I like this row of gray right there, so I'm going to insert some swatches here. The mattes do not swatch that great, but it's all about the performance on the eye, so we're going to get into that right now. But if you're not familiar with Juvia's Place palettes, they do not have mirrors, but I think that probably helps them to keep the cost down, so I'll take a mirrorless palette and high quality shadows, you know, for a decent price. This palette is $20. And I used a coupon to get 10% off. Alright, so right now, oh, it doesn't even have shade names in this one. Okay, no shade names. So I'm going in with the last shade of the second row. Like a muted coral type of tone. Like dusky, as in like it has a very dull, it's not like a super vibrant color tone. Alright, so that's a decent transition shade, not getting too much of an effect from that. I'm going to go in with the matte gray shade, see how this combines with that tone there. So this matte gray shade looked a little bit darker in the palette than it's coming onto my eye, but the pigmentation is there as far as like it, you know, going on nicely. And you being able to see it, you know. Okay, so I kind of wish that this was a little darker. You know, it has like a sort of like a blue tone to it. That's why it's kind of cool. And it's like a cool toned, lighter gray. I wish it was a little bit darker so that it could use it as a crease tone. Because you guys can see that's what I was obviously going for. But, you know, it's okay. It's just not as deep as I would have preferred. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is my first impression, of course, guys. So, but I mean, as far as the mattes are in their performance, they're performing pretty well together. You know, I don't see any muddying of the color despite it being a cool tone with a warmer toned transition. I think it's working together quite nicely. Now I'm going to go in with, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone right now. So I'm going to take my MAC 242 and I'm going to go into the last shade of the top row and pop that in the brow bone right in that arch. Very pretty shade. Nice peach tone to it, but in the palette it looks like it would be kind of deeper. So when I had swatched this one, I was pretty surprised at how light it's coming off as far as like the color of it. It looks more deeper orange right there. It looks deeper than what it's coming off onto my eyes, but it's still cute. Okay, and next I'm going to take the deeper metallic silver shade on my finger and lay that on the lid. So that's a very pretty shade, and it goes on really easily. One press in with the finger and I could cover the whole lid. I don't want to cover the whole lid, but I could if I wanted to because of the pigmentation. Like that pigmentation of that metallic is very, very good, as I've come to expect with all of Juvia's Place's palettes. Alright, so I'm going to use that same shade that I used for my brow bone on the inner corner. I'm going to take that in the shade, or in the pan, and lay that down with this MAC 242 on the inner corner and blend it over. So that's very interesting, an interesting color combination, but I wanted to show you guys like a combo with the cooler tones of the palette and the warmer tones of the palette. So this is purely an experiment, so hopefully it comes out good. Next, I'm going to go in with the first shade in the second row, and I'm taking that on the outer area of the lid on top of that silver, really kind of marrying it with that gray V. And we'll see how this goes. This is all over the place with me. That's an interesting little combo. And then finally, to deepen up that crease a bit, I'm going to go in with the second shade on the bottom, or on the second row. And this is like that deeper maroon type of a shade. And see how we can deepen the crease with this, or deepen the outer V with this. It's not deepening it as I would have liked. Maybe I should have gone in with this first, but it's not going as deep as I had hoped. Thought it would come off like a darker brown, like, you know, it's deepening it, but it's just not it's not what I expected. This tone here, yeah. And people would probably say, like, why did you combine all these colors? And the reason I did is because they put all this stuff in here. They put all the colors in here. So I figured when they put the palette together, they had some type of idea as to, you know, that all of these colors could combine in some type of way to come up with a nice, pretty look. So that's what that was my thought behind this. And seeing if I could, you know, come up with something on the fly really for you guys to show how you could use them all together. Because a lot of people were saying, you know, like on Trend Move, people were saying, like, I don't know why they put these colors together, like it didn't make sense. But I think it's a pretty, you know, layout and stuff. So hopefully this isn't, you know, hopefully my demonstration here hasn't deterred you from wanting to try this. Because it is a very different type of look. Okay, so I'm going to take that red, that matte deep shade in the palette again on this brush that I had mentioned to you guys I got in a set from Real Techniques. And then right underneath it, I'm going to take the bottom shade of the last row, which is more orange and coral in its tone, and put that right kind of on top, but kind of focusing it beneath. Taking my MAC 242 into the same shade we used on our brow bone, on the inner corner as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do my other eye and then come back with the final look and give you guys some preliminary thoughts on my first impression of, you know, the palette. Alright guys, here is the final look. Alright, let me know what you guys think of the look. I think it came together pretty nicely. Yeah, I like the combination of the cool and the warm in this palette, and I like the way it combined on my eyes. Of course, you could do stuff more creatively, like cut creases and things like that, and all that fun stuff, but, you know, for me, I tend to do the more blended out, softened type of looks, and I think it looks really, really nice. The silver and the peach, I think that's like a golden peach tone, and then this like more red tone combined really nicely on the lid, and then that gray still stands out. That gray matte shade that we put on the transition area kind of in the crease, it's still standing out very nicely. And then you can still see that peach that I used for the transition shade, you know, in the beginning. So I don't think anything really muddied together at all, even though we've got kind of different undertones working in this look. The only thing I would say is I wish that deeper shade in that palette, that dark brown type of, yeah, it looks just like a rich chocolate brown. I wish it was a little darker, because it's not even, you know, over here I didn't bring the gray all the way down like I did on this eye that I showed you guys, and I just put this directly onto my lid with no shadow underneath it, and I still didn't get that much of a dark effect for my, you know, outer V area. So I was hoping that this would be a little, actually I was hoping both of these shades would be a little bit darker on the eyes, but you know, they're not. So that's the only thing I would say about that. But I didn't try this in the crease, so maybe this would be a nice option, even though it is kind of metallic. But if you take it with a fluffier brush versus your finger, you might still be able to get that deepened effect that some of us might be going for in our crease or in our outer V. So I like the palette. This is my first impression. I like the look that I came up with. I think it is pretty cute. It's a nice concise palette for you to use your coral tones and then get some cool tones in there as well. So yeah, I think Juvia's Place did a nice job with this palette. You know, I just have that one complaint, or not really complaint, but that one, you know, desire for these two shades to be a little bit richer. But if you have a medium skin tone, a lighter skin tone than mine, then you'll definitely get some nice crease shades with those two matte shades. So yeah, I like it. Looking forward to getting more use out of it. And yeah, you guys definitely let me know what you guys think of the eyeshadow palette. Did you pick it up? Are you planning on picking it up? And what do you think about this look? All right, there's more stuff from Juvia's Place coming this month, guys, so I am looking forward to the other stuff that they're releasing. I know they've got a Warrior 3 palette coming out. I don't know if that's this month, but they've got that coming out sometime this year. And then they've got their foundation and concealer coming this month too, guys, so be on the lookout for those, because I'm definitely trying them. All right. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, definitely give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I upload videos 3 to 4 times per week. All right, and I will be talking to you guys really, really soon. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.